A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant development on the international trade front, U.S. President Donald Trump has announced that his administration will begin sending letters to various countries, specifying the tariff rates they will face on imports to the United States. This move, which is set to commence on July 4, 2025, marks a shift in how the U.S. engages with its trading partners, as the Trump administration seeks to streamline negotiations and clarify trade obligations. The announcement comes ahead of the expiration of a 90-day pause on reciprocal tariffs, which has allowed countries to negotiate and attempt to secure favorable terms. Trump's comments, made before his departure to an event in Iowa, highlight the administration's approach to trade negotiations. "We're probably going to be sending some letters out, starting probably tomorrow, maybe 10 a day to various countries saying what they're going to pay to do business with the U.S., Trump stated. He added that while there are a couple of other trade deals in the works, his preference leans towards sending out these letters to clearly outline tariff obligations. This new strategy is particularly crucial for countries like India, which is currently in negotiations with the U.S. to finalize an interim trade deal before the July 9th deadline. Indian negotiators have been in Washington, D.C. for over a week, engaging in discussions to narrow down on a deal that would protect their agricultural and dairy sectors, which are sensitive to tariff fluctuations. Sources indicate that the Indian team is negotiating in good faith, hoping for a positive outcome before the deadline. The backdrop to this development is Trump's earlier announcement in April, where he declared reciprocal tariffs on most countries with which the U.S. has a trade deficit. The tariffs, which vary by country, were initially paused for a 90-day period to allow for negotiations. However, as the deadline looms, countries are racing against time to secure agreements that would mitigate the impact of these tariffs. In a related announcement, Trump revealed an agreement with Vietnam that imposes a 20% tariff on Vietnamese goods entering the U.S., while allowing American products to enter Vietnam duty-free. This deal is seen as a strategic move to strengthen U.S.-Vietnam relations, while also offering a more favorable tariff rate compared to the previously threatened reciprocal tariffs of 46%. As the July 9th deadline approaches, the Trump administration is expected to unveil more trade agreements, with officials indicating that a flurry of trade pacts could be announced in the coming days. Countries like Taiwan and members of the European Union are among those awaiting clarity on their respective tariff rates. The implications of these tariff letters are significant, as they will not only define the economic relationship between the U.S. and these countries, but also shape global trade dynamics. The letters are expected to provide a clear framework for businesses and governments alike, allowing them to adjust their strategies accordingly. In conclusion, President Trump's decision to send out tariff letters represents a bold new approach to international trade negotiations. As countries like India and Vietnam navigate this evolving landscape, the outcomes of these negotiations will have lasting effects on global trade relations and economic policies. The coming weeks will be critical as nations work to finalize agreements and avoid the imposition of steep tariffs that could disrupt trade flows and economic stability. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.